For the last half-century, we have slipped the bonds of Earth with landers, rovers, and spacecraft that have allowed us to touch the very edge of the solar system and beyond. We began by launching Voyager 1 in 1977 that has now reached interstellar space. We have visited and photographed all 8 planets and their moons, and powerful space telescopes are seeking signs of life from planets that we have discovered circling other stars. To now launching the Parker Solar Probe that will soon grace the Sun. NASA's Parker Solar Probe mission will revolutionize our understanding of the Sun. The solar probe will provide new data on solar activity and make critical contributions to our ability to forecast major space weather events that impact life on Earth. The rocket that was carrying the Parker Solar Probe was named Delta IV Heavy Star, and it was launched in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The rocket was traveling about 244,225 miles per hour. The probe weighs about 1,224 pounds and is 9.8 feet tall and about 7.5 feet wide. The probe is also storing about 343 watts. The Parker Solar Probe was launched on April 12, 2018, and scientists planned for it to make about 24 orbits around the Sun and about 7 Venus flybys. The primary science goals for the mission are to trace the flow of energy and understand the heating of the corona, which is an aura plasma that surrounds the Sun and other stars, and to explore what accelerates the solar winds, which are the flow of charged particles from the Sun. They hope that on Parker's final 3 orbits, it will fly within 9 solar radii, or about 3.83 million miles of the Sun's surface. At closest approach to the Sun, the front of Parker Solar Probe's solar shield will face temperatures approaching 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,400 degrees Celsius, and it will be hurtling around the Sun at approximately 4,300,000 miles per hour. That's fast enough to get from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C. in 1 second. The cost of the project was about $1.5 billion, and the Johns Hopkins University of Applied Physics Laboratory designed and built the spacecraft. The solar shield that blocks the Sun's heat from the probe is hexagonal and is mounted on the Sun-facing side of the spacecraft. With it being 7.5 feet in diameter and 4.5 inches thick, it is made of reinforced carbon composite, which is designed to withstand temperatures outside the spacecraft of about 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. In March of 2015, they had their first critical design review for the probe. In 2016, they had their first integration review and started integration and testing. In 2017, they had instrument deliveries and had observatory testing. In 2018, they shipped the probe to Cape Canaveral, Florida, then launched the probe on August 12th. It also had its first Venus flyby and first perihelion, which is a point in its orbit, in 2018. In 2019, it began its second orbit and had its second Venus flyby and perihelion. In 2020, so far, it's had its 4th and 5th perihelion and has had its 3rd Venus flyby. Scientists and engineers hope that the Parker Space Probe will continue to do great and amazing things till 2025. The Parker Solar Probe has completed 3 of the 24 planned passes through never before explored parts of the Sun's atmosphere, called the corona. On December 4, 2019, 4 newspapers in the journal Nature described what scientists have learned from this unexpected exploration of the star. These findings revealed new information about the behavior of the material and particles that speed away from the sun, bringing scientists closer to answering fundamental questions about the physics of our solar system. In conclusion, the Parker Space Probe has brought in new and game-changing information about the corona, the solar winds, and the sun's surface. Day by day, the Parker Space Probe is bringing scientists one step closer to possibly understanding how parts of our solar system works.